All right, previously on Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Ooh.
Ooh.
You guys all arrived at the Witchlight Carnival. Yay! You weren't
Huzzah!
100% certain why you were drawn to this place. Other than you each kind of lost something, and you had like this kind of compulsion that maybe you could find whatever you were missing here. Like you associated these two things. But arriving, there was a big crowd gathering as it was about to open. Our kind of ragtag group of adventurers slowly began to enter the scene. We had at least one who's actually kind of serious. Uh, we had Kieran, who's a kind of a bardic-looking fellow who joined, and Catalin, the centaur, who drew a lot of attention because it's a centaur who just kind of showed up. But this is kind of a place that even her being a centaur is not too crazy because there's all sorts of other weird shit going on. And she's a very wholesome, naive centaur so far. We also had Abigail show up, an extremely racist hate monger towards goblins, uh, who worships Tyr, apparently.
Hey, facts, not feelings.
And no, a woodsman barbarian, a woodswoman barbarian who, yeah, just has a bad history with goblins, so doesn't really trust them that much. And we had Oz, a very nice, happy man with good feelings all the time, who never
And no
once
shadow.
in his no shadow. But that's the only, as he told you all, it was a demon. It had to be expelled.
Yeah, guys.
But yeah, and he also met with a lady named Lydia, who's really excited to be around people. Really enjoys, when stuff happens to them.
Bad stuff.
She's really just, lots of scars, bandaged up, but very, very upbeat. Kind of like Oz. They got kind of that good energy together.
She's
Good positive vibes.
very wholesome cleric.
Very wholesome cleric. But as this motley crew of individuals kind of convened at the ticket booth, you heard announcements from the goblin who was running the ticket booth, go figure, telling you that the Witchlight Carnival was about to begin, to make sure you guys try and grab a prize on the way in from this large treant that was kind of throwing out these various seeds as people entered. You found out from the proprietor of the ticket booth that someone had left you guys tickets. A benefactor whom they were unable to name left you each a ticket saying, to enjoy the carnival, more or less. You met it with a little bit of suspicion, but eventually said, screw it, let's go in, and grab the tickets and went in. Each ticket has 8 punches on it to go to various events, to do various games. And immediately, because, it's a carnival, you all scattered to the 4 winds to go check out stuff from the carnival.
Sure.
We had the only one who remained behind briefly was Kieran, who asked the obvious question, wait, who is this benefactor? Where are they? Like, are they here? And he was told yes, they would be at the Feasting Orchard at some point if you wanted to meet them, and that's all they really know. So, with that information, Kieran kind of took it upon himself to inform the other people who went off to have a bunch of fun that maybe we should go over there and find out who gave us free tickets. But the rest of you did fun stuff. Oz went over to the Hall of Illusions, where he headbutted a mirror in anger and was almost kicked out after throwing his wings on the ground in a nondiscreet location. Oh, yes, you all did receive your butterfly wings and were told basically to keep them on or at least hold on to them and have them visible for the full duration of being here at the carnival. They said it was really important.
Oz did not listen.
Oz didn't give a shit. He dropped it somewhere near the Pixie Kingdom, went to the Hall of Illusions, saw the mirrors that kind of showed him aging and turning into something, and he didn't like it. And after he headbutted it, he was escorted out. He did meet a mute mime, it seemed like, who tried to tell him something through gestures, and he just blew him off, didn't really give a shit. And then facts,
Probably
we
something
said.
important. Like, hey, watch out, this place is dangerous.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
We had Catalin and Abigail kind of go off in two different directions. You were looking for food at first, so you found something to eat, and then you kind of passed by the carousel area, then made your way to the gondola swans. Abigail went the opposite direction of you, but funnily enough, was looking for a knick-knack, and ended up at the gondola swans with you. There you guys met an extremely existential, or did you?
Or
Swan,
did we?
Were
named,
you ever there?
potentially named Featherine. Who knows? What's a name? What does that even mean?
What is a name?
What is the title? What is how to be addressed?
What are
Um,
names?
Abigail tried her
construct.
best to preach the words of tear to this swan that wasn't even sure you guys existed.
You say tried my best. I'm pretty sure I converted him.
If you believe that, you have a delusion greater in your heart than this creature has a dread for existence.
Isn't that what most cultists believe anyway?
That's true.
Whoa. She's not a cultist. She just has 26 sister wives and is devoted to Jeffrey. Leave her alone.
Sure.
But you guys went on this nice existential ride. Catalin at one point got bopped out of the boat, and you were able to rescue. It was quite the sight watching a human woman pull a centaur out of a river. But it worked. A whole ass horse
Freaking Hulk.
person
A whole horse person.
She was so wet.
onto a moving boat, nonetheless.
So wet and slippery.
Both intact.
Meanwhile, Kieran was looking for you guys and being followed by Lydia, who was kind of interested in what Kieran was on about. And Kieran began to observe some strange things. He saw somebody without their wings, and it looked like they were run into by this strange girl with a pig mask and a big lollipop, and then just seemed dazed and left the carnival. But he kind of looked around to see what direction everybody went and spied that Oz went off to the Hall of Illusions, so started to make his way over there. I believe you played a game on your way.
Yeah, and I lost horribly.
Yeah, you lost
Ring
really
toss.
badly at ring toss as you realized the little ring toss target was teleporting around like the little bunny hop teleports. And kind of went on to find Oz and found out from somebody that a staff member had found some wings laying on the ground, looked really concerned. You gathered those up, ran onto Oz, and found out Oz had left his. You learned from the staff member that it was just really important you have them because nothing good happens if you don't have your wings and you're a paying customer. You gotta have them. Couldn't get much detail beyond that. So you gave them back to Oz. Oz begrudgingly took them, and then proceeded, after you told him about the feasting orchard, to ignore you and head in the opposite direction. Which kind of grabbed Lydia's attention, and so she followed after Oz for a bit. He kind of gave you like some really positive energy, like he was into what you were saying, and then left.
Okay, Tom Cruise, I'm going this way.
So then they were. So then we went back on over to Catalin and Abigail. You guys found some goblin wrestling or area. Oh, you guys did the little Fey. You did the Fey dragon catch
Fey, yeah,
first.
Fey dragon thing. Yep.
You caught the Fey dragon, got some prizes, and then Abigail really wanted to test her
Refused to
strength.
come
And
home with me.
yeah, yes, the Fey dragon would not go home with you, as it seemed content to be in the carnival.
Yeah, where was the
Um,
strength games? Come on.
Yeah, you went and found the goblin strength game. You threatened the lives of everyone on the staff, as well as
No, Cat did
Come
not.
on. Come on.
Cat did not.
Hold
not
on.
Cat. Abigail did.
I didn't threaten
Abigail
anyone.
based-
I asked if they were part of the
subtly-
1%.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid talking about that.
It's not threatening at all.
Your hardcore goblin hatred. You were hoping you could snap some goblin necks, but they're like, no, this is just a fun contest. It don't hurt any of the staff. And then they closed up in front of you
Yep.
because you were very menacing and you had a murderous aura to you, is what I'm going to say.
I just don't understand
So
that.
they tried to close it, and eventually you guys ran into Mr. Light, this elvish looking fellow wearing this very crazy attire, like diamond pattern, red and white with feathers and everything, and this odd, like weather vane, like rod that he carried around. And he asked, what was going on, and you kind of told him that the whole thing was closing down, and he went up to the tent and said, no, stay open. We need people to be happy. So they begrudgingly reopened, and let you go ahead and wrestle some goblins, whom you guys eat. But I believe Catelyn participated, and
Yep.
you both easily won. They're goblins; they're not particularly strong, and both of you are pretty strong. So you got some prizes. They were glad to see you leave, and you guys eventually, continued on your way. Meanwhile, Azarius was down with Lydia, went over to the the snail racing where he actually participated as a racer and ended up winning, and learned a little bit about Lydia on the way, and then ditched her. uh,
I mean, there were some things said.
Really,
Yeah, no,
really
that was really
great
glossed over there. There were some things that Lydia had said that Oz reacted to that made him
yeah.
walk
Oh
away.
yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, we don't need to talk about those. We don't talk about
Yeah,
her
of
enough.
course. Yeah.
She's a normal girl. She's
Hold on.
there with you as your
Cap
friend.
or Oz, I feel like we're being silenced here. He didn't want to talk about the 1% either. This is very, very telltale.
Listen, you don't need to know about some of these things. Meanwhile, as Oz, that was around the time you kind of heard them calling to the big top. You decided to head in that direction, and Lydia would soon be to follow anyway to meet you there. The Kieran went ahead. He checked out the Calliope. He got a button for the little monkey that was operating it. And it's just some general positive vibes. Gave a gold tip, and eventually went on his way to another game where he played a little bit of gnome poetry. Him and a gnome had a bit of a riffing back and forth, and eventually he was the victor and won the prize, which was a nice bottle of wine. Kieran then went ahead and continued on looking for Catelyn and Abigail, and eventually met up with them. And you guys kind of heard the announcement that something was going to be happening at the Big Top soon, so you all decided to head on that direction. There was a point that Kieran did spy near one of the tents another person missing wings, and like a shadow seemed to kind of creep out and then touch them. And then that person also got disoriented and left, and the shadow disappeared. Speaking of shadows, you all arrived at the Big Top tent. And you finally noticed, now that you guys were hanging out with Oz, that he had no shadow. What a strange thing. When pressed on it, Oz kind of said, it was a demon. And, you got to destroy demons and banish them, so he banished his demon. It makes sense.
Don't question it.
At least two people in the party were like, cool. uh, the highest intelligence of you all, Catalin and Abigail, were just like, oh, that makes sense.
I'm so ready to banish my demon.
Lydia pontificated whether or not shadows scream when they're destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
and asked if she could watch one be destroyed at some point. It'd be very interesting to see.
Hell yeah.
But with that, you guys began to enter the big top tent, and it was at that point Oz had a visit from an old friend who warned him of something whimsical and vile going on in this fair. Keep his head on a swivel. But you guys, we begin as you're entering the big top here. And as you, unless anybody has anything else to add or things that I glossed over, like the 1%.
Yeah. Can't believe you did that. Very important story arc.
All right. I'll touch on it real quickly. Abigail, the woodswoman barbarian, bigamist, tear lover, hates goblins, and believes there's only 1% of them that are good.
Exactly. Thank you.
There you go.
Not
I think I
racist,
forgot-
not in a cult.
I forgot to mention last session that Oz is definitely trying, or he's seemingly a paladin of Bahamut. He wears like a amulet or something that signifies that and tries to give that overall.
So he's got like a platinum dragon amulet.
Yeah, and like silver, like his half plate is silver. He's got some like blue coloring to his like what do you call it? Like the cloak, like fur that goes around your neck.
Like a shawl.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like whatever fur is like sewed into the cloak, I guess. Think in Game of Thrones
I
style.
guess.
Yeah. Other than that, he is what he seems.
You're highly suspicious.
Yeah.
No. And you're highly racist.
I don't get it.
Lydia seems to carry absolutely nothing that would indicate what she's a cleric of. Has no holy symbol whatsoever on her person.
I think she's less concerned with the holiness.
More
More
of
of the
you just-
holiness of the people she's missing.
Yeah.
I should probably talk to her.
Put in these people?
Exactly. Like Swiss cheese.
Don't worry, guys. She just
Actually,
needs tear in her life.
Since she kind of hung out with Kieran a little bit at the start, and Kieran has like a well-to-do upbringing, would he know, or maybe catch drift of what perhaps she is a cleric of?
I'd say you could do a religion check. It'd be pretty cryptic, so the DC would be kind of high. 18. Yeah, it's hard to say exactly. You know, there are some deities that, like, the way she talks about stuff is very interested in, observing, like, pain and things like
Pain?
that. She's very interested in it, and that's really weird to you. You don't know exactly what deity it is offhand. You just know, like, that's what she talks about the most. Like, she's really into it. And, like, you may have caught a glimpse of her seeing someone trip and, like, skin their knee, and she just kind of stares a little too long and continues to follow after that.
Reap?
Oh, yeah, she's got some weirdo vibes to her, for sure. But yeah. The rest of you all show up here at the big top, and inside the big top, let's see, we are at the extravaganza. You heard all the announcements for the extravaganza that was about to occur. As you walk in, you see there's like various wooden benches and things like that. You see it's like a very like 3-ring circus type of deal. Um, in fact, I can show you guys real quick, kind of the layout. We'll get you over. Here.
Oh.
So you see like this very wooden benches that kind of line it, very 3-ring circus, tight ropes that go across, various banners, all these flickering lights, and there's a lot of like powerful illusion type magic, like just kind of creating this atmosphere of whimsy and wonder.
Pretty.
And as kind of people are filtering in, if you guys want, you can I just sit you there. You can sit wherever you'd like to sit. There's a bunch of other people in the crowd. I didn't want to populate a bunch of tokens.
No, I'm good sitting next to my future wife. Can I do a perception check of the room?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, yep, I'm still here. Abigail's here.
You look around. Yeah, it's just a large crowd. A lot of people are gathering in. People are starting to get to their seats, so you don't spy anything particularly interesting.
Evan, you gotta get better at these rolls.
All right. Anyone else doing anything, or just kind of finding seats?
Just taking it all in, kind of looking around for some shadows.
Give me a perception check.
But there it is. Jesus Christ. It's not the most perceptive.
Looking around, there's shadows literally everywhere. Everybody has one except for you, and it's horrifying.
Oh my.
Oz is visibly uneasy.
You also come to realize that the creepy person who's been following you also has a shadow, and that also disconcerts you.
Oh no.
You can see a very slight glaze of sweat on his forehead. As he clenches his teeth a little bit harder.
Sweetheart, maybe if you took off the fur, you wouldn't be sweating so hard. It's beautiful weather.
Oh, you're very right. And he takes off his cloak. And just the cloak, really.
Because we're gonna say something.
As Kieran sits down, he's just looking around because he's still got the mysterious benefactor on his mind. But since everyone seems to have congregated to the big top, he's looking around, seeing if anyone's like looking at this general grouping of people. Maybe it's the guy looking at us, but that's what he's trying to do.
Make a perception check. Looking around, because it's in this tent, and so the only thing that's really illuminating the area are these various like fey lights and things like that. And you don't spy anyone who looks like they're like staring at you guys. Some people are giving like looks over towards Catalin just because she's a centaur. But there are some other like creatures that are also catch some like of the normal Faerun people, elves, dwarves, humans, and stuff. Like there's some more exotic type folk here. You kind of catch eyes on what appears to be like a tabaxi in the crowd. You see what is known as a haragon, which is like a rabbit type person. He's kind of sitting amongst the crowd.
Eats.
Exactly. You see all sorts of folk. You spy like an Aarakocra, which is like a bird person, and kind of like sitting, kind of in the northern eastern sector. There's like a kind of burly looking minotaur fellow, but wearing like this nice like leather jerkin. He's got like a little hat, and he's got a pair of like spectacles on, and he's just there to watch a show.
Dude, that's the coolest minotaur I've ever heard of.
It's just yeah. So that's kind of what you pick up on the crowd. You clock him too, Oz, but he has a very large shadow.
Are you okay?
Sweetheart,
You keep
maybe
making these weird noises. Are
maybe
you
need some
are you
air.
Oh
okay?
yeah. I'm fine. There's it's kind of cramped in here, don't you think?
Honey, do
Yeah,
you need a
I'm a
friend?
centaur. I can't even sit between these things.
Yeah, Oz is just like he has like his knee shake going on, like the anxiety knee shake.
Mm-hmm.
He's very he's just ready to see something happen, so he doesn't have to focus on all the shadowy demons around him.
The diamond.
This has drawn Lydia's interest, and now she's just kind of staring at you. She sits on the edge of the bench and just leans over and starts looking at you.
She's like breathing heavily in your ears.
This woman.
Abigail comes over to Cap and like, honey, you know what always made me feel better when I was little? My mama would hold my hand through things. So here, give me your hand. Give me your hand. I'll sit right next to you and I'll hold it through this, okay? I will be here for you.
Okay. Oz grabs her hand and is like,
You see Lydia come over.
Oh my god.
I saw the scoot right away.
I saw the scoot.
he just clenches that hand like it's real tight.
Hey, if we need to go vanquish some demon shadows later, you know I got your back, baby. I got your back, okay?
Evil.
Lydia just leans over and goes, "Do you want me to hold your other hand? You look really nervous."
Yeah, he grabs that hand, he squeezes the fuck out of it.
She's just like, "Ooh."
Oh God.
He's got a little harem.
She gets a little too excited by pain.
So you guys, as you are comforting Oz, you want.
Abigail notices he has clammy hands.
The lights dim, and kind of a hush starts to fall over the crowd.
Catalan starts clapping.
You inappropriately clap.
Yes.
As the silence begins.
Oh my god.
But no one seems to stop you.
No, she doesn't realize that nobody else is clapping either. She's just super excited.
Abigail looks over and goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, bless her heart."
Thank you.
But you-
That's so sweet of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see, as the hush is falling over the crowd, a second later, a spotlight illuminates a lithe elven figure sitting in this silver loop that's suspended above the center ring by silk ropes. You recognize this man, for the people who've met him, as Mr. Light. He has his dazzling suit of diamond pane mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. He's wearing his scepter topped with a spinning weather vane. And he goes, "Welcome one and all to this evening's extravaganza. I'm Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted." And he kind of fires off these kind of cantrips of like sparkles and like little explosions of light. And you guys watch as the extravaganza begins. You watch kind of in the center ring. You'll see what appears to be this burly bugbear that comes out and starts performing feats of strength in the center ring. So you see he's just kind of, lifting various large, heavy objects. They bring in other like heavy barrels and stuff like that and start to like stack them up on like a bench. And then they even like call to the crowd. They kind of see Catelyn in the crowd and they call to her, You, come here, come here.
Who, me? Me?
Yes. If you don't mind, ma'am.
She like leaps over the thing. She just launches herself into the circle.
Yeah, they bring you over to the center, and you see the bugbear looks at you, and they go, "Do you mind standing on this side, this bench here, and we're going to have our strong man lift you up."
Abigail laughs.
Okay.
Oh, easy. She's not even wet. Oh my gosh.
So they help you get situated on the center of the bench, and then on either side of you, they put these two large, heavy barrels that appear to be filled with. Make a perception check, actually.
Okay.
They appear to be filled with what appears to be wine. So it's like very heavy liquid. As you're looking at it, you can kind of sniff it, the scent of the wine coming from the barrels. And so with you and these two wine barrels, it's actually quite heavy on this bench. And you watch as the bugbear goes under the bench. You see he first pushes it up, like he goes flat on his back and like begins to push it up, like you were doing a push up in reverse, more or less, up. And then you watch as he slowly actually begins to stand from a prone position with you on top of this bench over his head.
Dang.
It takes a little bit of doing, like it's kind of, one of those awkward movements because of how he's coming off of the ground, but he lifts her up and then slowly begins to spin the bench with you on it. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Motherfucker.
My God, honey, that's a Tuesday in my camp.
She's gonna fall.
DC was 5, you're fine. He's very careful. It was just to see if you rolled really badly. But, yeah, he's obviously, because, you're a four-hooved individual. He's very careful in the spin, so he kind of keeps you centered as he moves. Like, he's not trying to, go really fast because he doesn't want you to fall. Abigail, you continue to chide the performance.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
You threw
Go
a
ahead
strength
and
in
make
front of her.
Make a persuasion check, I'll say. As you're kind of like, that's not impressive.
I say that was a Tuesday for us. Not very persuasive.
Yeah, you see some people kind of in the crowd around you go, yeah, do something more impressive. And the bugbear sets the table down, and yeah, everyone make a perception check for me.
Oh yeah. Has to do with strength. Abigail's got it.
Oz, Abigail, and Kieran, you guys pick up on this. I guess I'll roll for Lydia too, see if she picks up on it. Nah, she doesn't. As Abigail is chiding this performer, you see the light in here is visibly dimming a bit more.
Oh.
It's not so intense as to be shocking. It's just getting a little dimmer. And you hear just the slightest patter of rain on the tent.
Oh.
It seems like it started to rain outside.
Oh, I'm glad we're inside.
But the bugbear puts you down and goes, thank you, ma'am, for assisting in the performance.
Cat does a little bow.
Hey,
can you lift me and my friend? Can you try lifting me and my friend? That loud one over there.
He looks over to her, and you see that Mr. Light is coming by, and he's just goes, oh no, that is it for our strongman. So on to our next act. Thank you so much. If you could please return to the crowd.
Oh well. She jumps back over.
Abigail drops Cap's hand and visibly clapping for Catalan.
Catalan
she stood up.
So you clap for Catalan.
Not the bugbear, Catalan.
And you give a cold shoulder to the bugbear. Good now. All right, cool.
Catalan, darling, you did great.
Thanks. I've never done anything like that before.
It's
I've never
crazy.
even been to this kind of thing before. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
You see, as that show is leaving the stage, or the center ring, you watch as there's that mime you saw earlier, Oz, going around the crowd. He appears to be like going up to various kids and things like that, and doing like little mime tricks and like little shows to like keep some of the more less attentive kids that don't want to stare at the main stage, kind of trying to keep them busy and entertained. So you guys would all spy that, but Oz clocks him as well because he's seen him before.
Oz is like, oh yeah, it's that guy that was trying to tell me something, but I couldn't understand him.
Oh, you silly goose! He's a mime. They don't talk.
You don't speak mime?
No, he was
No?
he was very
You just gotta-
interpretive about
You
it.
gotta
and
do
I
like a
was
dance and
not- I
move
was
your
not
arms around.
picking it up.
He's taking
I
care
was
of the
not picking up
kids.
what he was throwing down.
That is so sweet of him.
I bet I could make him talk.
Nicely.
Moms aren't
course.
supposed to talk. Why would you want them to talk? He's taking care of the kids, honey. You leave him alone.
How about we help him communicate?
I don't get
Cat
it.
starts voguing at him. You know, like Madonna Vogue.
Oh my
doing
god.
that.
Oh my god.
So you're trying to catch
She's
the
trying-
mime's attention.
She's trying to catch his attention. She's doing like the whole Vogue, like Madonna super style, like right there. She's like, hey, Mr. Mime! Mr.
Oh my, she is seductively moving those hips.
1 second. While you are doing this, another show is starting to take place in the center ring. You guys see what appears to be like a tightrope act is happening right now. You see what appears to be kind of it looks like there's an elf, a dwarf, funnily enough, who's doing a tightrope act with them, as well as what you can only assume is some other kind of elf, but he's kind of got like this paler blue look to him almost, and he moves with like a litheness and like a little extra pep in his step with each like movement he makes.
This is brilliant.
Who's Catalan might know, and maybe Kieran. Both of you guys make we'll say history checks. Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the mime here. Oh yeah, you clock this individual up on the tightrope as an air genasi. So he's kind of like an elemental type individual, and looks elvish like. But yeah, it would make sense. Like this guy's probably very light on the wire because he can kind of control the air around him a bit.
He's so pretty.
It's so amazing how they
so
stay up on that tiny
he's-
rope.
No, it's gorgeous.
You flag down this fellow who's this muted monochromed color mime that kind of comes up to you as you're voguing, and he just kind of does the he has a smile on his face, and he's doing like a little trick because you flagged him down and assuming you want to see a little bit of show, so he does kind of like the box thing, and like starts to show like it's shrinking around him.
Oh my god, help him!
Catalan does she continues her movement. She's like, you were trying to talk to my friend over there, and she points to Oz. She's like, did you have to tell him something? Because I think he wasn't listening. And she just dances out the whole time, like moving both
Okay.
along with each movement.
Go ahead and let's say make a persuasion check.
Oz, I can't watch this. This is so seductive. She's just gyrating over and over.
Contain yourself. What would Tyr think?
What would Tyr think? Indeed. Oh my god. This
My
is.
parents taught me this.
She's a porn star.
As you kind of say that to him, like he's kind of doing the act, and you see his eyes like move from left to right, and he kind of just like shakes his head a bit and does another little trick. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Can I insight that as well?
Yeah, you can.
Oop.
She saw a lot.
Kieran, you kind of pick up that like by his body motions and stuff, like he's kind of like, I can't right now. I'm doing a job kind of thing. So he's like trying to work the crowd. He doesn't really have a moment.
Kieran is like, hey, bud, find me after the show.
You he raises an eyebrow. You go ahead and make a persuasion check as well. Yeah, he just kind of his smile brightens up a little bit, and he gives you a nod, and then he kind of shifts through the crowd and continues on his way to entertain folk.
Cat blows him a kiss.
He is a monochrome boy. If he could blush, he would.
He didn't catch it? Jeez.
Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if he noticed. We'll do a perception check for him. And how overtly are you doing this?
It wasn't
Like-
overt at all. It was very
Very subtle.
it was just like big mwah, and then blowing it out there.
All right, there. Roll his. He rolled. You didn't see it because for whatever reason it has him on whisper. He rolled a natural 1, so he didn't. He didn't pick that up.
That poor boy.
He just moved on.
Nice.
He didn't notice you blowing a kiss to him at all. It seems like he really gave you like cold shoulder.
The cold shoulder. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
A lot of cold
perhaps
shouldering.
her
going on.
shoulders droop a little bit. It's okay.
All right. So he continues on. As that is going on, you watch as the tightrope act goes off without a hitch. There, they have the various bars, and there's some also some acrobatics happening. Where they're like doing some flips and catching each other type of thing going on.
Abigail loves that.
And you also see a kind of larger pool, like a tank almost, of water, is being pulled out to the center ring. And you watch as they kind of position it there as I believe I have her right here. Kind of in the center ring, you see this female figure rise from the water.
Do we know what she is? Like,
She's pretty.
is she a mermaid?
She appears to be a mermaid. But she comes out, and there's like this kind of like clamshell aesthetic to like a backing to the tank that she's in, and it just kind of rises up out of the water, almost like a seat. And she begins to serenade the crowd with a song.
Oh, like a harpy?
Oh no.
She's singing. Do you
Not the
yell at her,
sirens.
calling her a harpy?
No, like some mermaids are bad. They're sirens, so that's what. Is she part of the 1%?
she's part of the Druid Grove. Shit.
What? Okay, so are mermaids rare in this world? Like, are they rare to see?
Our mermaids are. Yes.
Okay.
They are quite rare.
Then no. Abigail's more amazed. If it's rare, she's amazed by this.
Yeah, it's kind of like technically a merfolk, but essentially a mermaid. But yeah, you watch as she begins to sing this song to the same accompaniment that's been going on the whole time, because there's no special song for it. But yeah, she seems to be doing a very good job. People are quite enthralled. You see these fairy dragons with bright streamers tied to their tails, kind of doing like these flying around in like little troops, doing like little acrobatics in the air, like kind of like streamers and like various patterns while she sings. You also see it looks like several acrobats join in. There's like some fire breathers and things like that. Just like a big spectacle going on as she's putting on this big show.
Okay.
All right. The show continues on.
Good.
You watch as eventually she kind of gets up, or she kind of gives like a bow to the crowd and then descends to the inside of the tank that they begin to take out.
Cat claps very loudly. Again, she's like,
Yeah. Abigail's on her
Awesome.
feet clapping because that was amazing and rare.
All right. Good to know. Kieran, what have you been up to kind of while these acts have been going on?
He's just been enjoying the show. Mostly, I'd say he's well, with the whole little fairy guy thing, he noticed that the group wanted to talk to them, so he wanted to make sure that they got a chance to talk to that guy after the show, just to like build some goodwill with these people, I guess, since he assumes that they were all singled out for a particular reason, just because he's weird like that. But also he's keeping an eye out just in case there's anything going on outside of the inner rings, because he's cautious.
Yeah, checking out like the side rings, you just see other acts going on, like some juggling acts, things of that nature. So kind of like less interesting stuff. There's some clown acts going on as well, some buffoonery, as it were. Uh,
Buffoonery.
but nothing else seems to catch your eye at the moment.
I hate clowns.
One of them gets really close to you and does the handkerchief thing.
No.
Pull your chip out.
Oh my god.
Enjoying
It just
the
keeps
show?
going. It's crazy.
Curls into herself. Like, that's really great. That's really great.
All right. He moves over this way.
That whole lady over there probably really would love this in your face.
All right. He heads over to Abigail.
Did you just call me old?
No, I said that tall lady.
Oh, I thought you said that old lady. I'm like, damn.
Oh, put your listening ears on.
Oh,
God.
lady who was making fun of our strong man.
Oh, honey, no, I wasn't making fun of him. I just said that's like
He squirts a little flower water at you, like
Did
into your face.
you ask for consent, sir?
He's the fuck up.
I'm a clown. And he starts walking away.
Consent is needed. Abigail gets like pissy and like slams her ass down on the bench and crosses her arms.
Or make a strength check for me.
Oh my god.
Alright, you slam it, but you don't manage to break
really
it.
strong.
I didn't want to break it.
It does get a little crack in it, but your pouting does not destroy the bench.
My booty. I don't know its own strength.
But the clown kind of goes off, and yeah, it seems like these various acts are going on until finally you guys watch as it's been going on for the better part of 50 minutes or so, 55 minutes, kind of getting near the end of the hour, and the extravagances, from what you know, is only like an hour. And you see as Mr. Light comes back to the center ring, and he kind of like does one of those like exaggerated lean forwards with his hand over his brow, like he's looking around the crowd, kind of thing.
Cat raises her hand.
He goes, "Ah, I see. I already have one jolly volunteer. My friends, an opportunity for each and every one of you to put on your best show. Please, if you're interested, show us what you've got."
Oh, Abigail raises her hand. Oh, man, I got this.
He's ready. He's ready to do some things.
Cat jumps into the
She-
circle.
yeah,
I am
she-
ready. I'm still ready. Do you have any of those streamer things that the dragons were tossing around? Little
Oh,
streamer
of course. Some streamers get dropped down to you.
Thank you.
Oz, as you're leaving the bench, Lydia squeezes your hand way too hard and gives you guidance.
Consent, honey.
Oz just like grins at her as he walks by.
All right. And yeah, so they pull you three into the ring. Kieran, do you just hang back?
Kieran is not outgoing, so he's not going in there.
All right. So I would like for each of you to describe for me what act are you going to try to put on individually in the center ring here.
Oz is going to put on like a somewhat of a sword fight type of dance. Like he's gonna like fight with like a shadow sword fighting, I guess, kind of, but very eloquently with jumps and blade tosses, almost as if that blade is like really connected to his arm in some way. Really showing off his blade skills.
All right, Catelyn, what are you going to be doing for a performance?
So you know those like equestrian shows where they have like the jumps and everything like that. So she's going to have them set them up around the perimeter, and she's going to do a variety of jumps while doing the streaming thing. You know, with the streamers, they do in the gymnastics with the funny like swirly thing. So she's going to be swirling that while jumping up and doing all the equestrian events around in the circle as fast as she can.
All right. And what is Abigail going to do?
Abigail is really good at taking hits, so she would like to show off her strength while that bugbear punches her in the face.
They're asking you to put on a show, and they don't bring any of the other actors.
Aww. Okay, something strength. She'll. Fuck. Actually, could she do like
arm wrestle a cat?
arm wrestle a cat? Could she like do axe juggling?
Yeah, you grab some axes and try and juggle them.
I'm good with an axe.
All right.
Why are you giggling?
So you guys kind of arrange yourselves here, putting on your various shows. Can I get a performance check from each of you?
Oh no, no, thank you.
God.
Got that performance.
It's awful.
This is. Ooh, okay.
Performances.
You asked bad things.
You guys. Oz, you are doing this show and you kind of get a little bit too into it because of your bond with this weapon, and you start doing things that confuse people. And you have this like really intense demeanor about what you're doing that's off-putting. You know what I mean?
Yes, very good.
Very good.
You perform too hard.
Yeah. This is just to tell you why this is a group failure. So you are doing a very good job at what you're trying to do, but in kind of the background, Catelyn is doing her ribbon dances, which is the funniest thing to me because this is just reeks of Kristen Applebee's. You get into this like little ribbon dance, but unfortunately, you were doing a pretty good job, but you're not like a performer by any means. So it's just you kind of out there vibing and having fun. So it doesn't look particularly great. You're just dancing with ribbons. Meanwhile, Abigail, frustrated that she couldn't have a bugbear punch her a bunch of times, begrudgingly just grabs some axes, starts hucking them into the air, and doesn't really catch them. She's just like pitching them as hard as she can up into the air, like real hard, like trying to show she's very, very strong. There's no show here. It's just hucking axes. One of them lands in the crowd, and they kind of are a little disturbed.
Oh my god!
You guys, as this display ends,
Oh my
this odd
god!
display, you watch as it gets a little dimmer in the tent again. The lights kind of dim a little more, and you guys hear now, like, almost a crack of thunder. And the rain's getting a little heavier on the exterior of the tent.
Oh my!
That doesn't sound good.
And very quickly, you see Mr. Light, who's got his little weather vane that seems to be spinning in a little counterclockwise direction, approaches you all. Excellent work, excellent work. Please return to your seats immediately, please.
Thank you. That was so much fun, Cat. Just trots off.
I'm glad you had fun, my dear.
I did. I had so much fun. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
People don't acknowledge you. As you come off.
She is completely oblivious. She does not notice at all.
Does like an awkward bow as he leaves.
As Abigail leaves, she like hucks an axe hard into the ground so it sticks.
All right, now give me a strength check. Yeah, you splinter it directly into the ground. It goes very, very far. The axe actually has the handle shatter off of it because you throw it so hard.
God.
So there's just a axe head blade lodged in the ground, and you watch as one of the helping hands at the circus goes to try and pick it up, and he's really struggling to try and pull this thing out of the floor.
Can Abigail look at him and go, "Oh, bless your heart, sweetie," and try and help him?
Yeah, give me another strength check. Yeah, you managed to help him dislodge it after a good 10 seconds of kind of wedging it around.
I hand it to him and walk back to my seat.
Yeah. And Mr. Light says, "Well, thank you one and all for enjoying the extravaganza. I appreciate you, and it looks like it's getting a little rainy out, so please just continue to enjoy. Don't let rain dour your moods."
Rain feeds the trees.
It does. And then he kind of turns away from the crowd, and there's kind of an odd energy in the crowd. It was very hyped for a bit there during the performances, but now the mood's a little low. But people begin to start ushering out of the tent, and as they kind of push open the flaps, yeah, it's just. I wonder if I have I think I have one. It's just this very dour, rainy day out now. And you guys watch as people go out. It's raining. Some people are kind of looking at the rain. They don't seem to have parasols or anything, but some of the staff members are coming up and handing out some free ones here and there, trying to get people to stay. But you watch as some people are just kind of ushering off to tents where they can be under for a minute and hoping for the rain to pass, and other people just actually start filtering out of the carnival.
Oh.
And as that is going on, you guys are approached by an individual. You see a fellow kind of wearing. Oh, I actually have him here. I'm going to take you guys to the main map real quick. I believe I have him here. Just trying to find my individual wearing kind of this pumpkin, carved out pumpkin helmet. Looks like a large bugbear. Kind of walks up to you guys and especially looking at Abigail, goes, "The boss would like to see you. The bosses would like to see you all, if you don't mind.
Honey, you got a pumpkin on your head.
It's part of the whimsy."
Kieran chimes in. Are these bosses the people that bought my ticket?
He kind of looks to you and says, "No, it's Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. They'd like to speak with you all if you have a moment of time to spare."
Why?
Well, sure, we have a
Fine.
moment.
I was gonna go get another snack.
Oz like shushes, and then like
So hungry.
and then he's like, "Yeah, let's go."
Kieran will actually resonate with Kat and be like, "What business would these two have with us?"
Well, they were very interested in meeting you, as well, frankly, they just want to discuss your general demeanor here at the carnival and just have a bit of a discussion. They want to try and see if they can put things on a bit more of a positive step with some of your friends here. If you don't mind meeting them, you
Did
don't
we?
have to come.
Did me and Kat? Did he? When we met Mr. Light, did he introduce himself, or it was just a oh that won't do and opened up the tent again? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't believe he introduced himself.
Okay.
I don't think he would introduced himself, but I know that Weir said that we recognized him from the poster.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then yeah, I would be like, oh, well, we already met Mr. Light, so I think my friend and I are gonna go get something to eat.
I think this.
I'm really hungry.
She's so hungry. I can hear her
Did you see? I
tummy
had to run
rumbling.
around that circle. Yeah, my tummy's rumbling.
I can
I mean, I was
hear it.
running around in circles and jumping, and that takes a lot out of you. I need
You-
something to eat.
She needs something to eat. We've already met him, so I feel like
I
this is
don't think they
redundant.
want me eating the grass.
Honey, you eat
I
grass?
will. I
Right.
got to. Yeah.
Oh
What's
my.
wrong with the grass? Sometimes it's nice and sweet.
Okay, yeah.
He kind of looks to you all and says, "So you're not going to meet with Mr. Witchlight then?"
No, honey, you misunderstood my
Kieran,
question. I said, do we have to meet him again? We've already met him.
Yes.
Kieran just asks where they want to meet.
"Follow me."
Oh, honey,
And he'll
Cat,
start.
I think we gotta
I'm
go.
so hungry.
I know.
Fine. Can I just run
And
over to
he'll.
this vendor real quick and get a snack?
Yes, you may get a snack really quickly.
Thank you. She runs back to that berry vendor. Like she gallops and she pays for another big berry. And then she gallops all back.
Honey, aren't you a druid? Can't you make those yourself?
No, this is different. Those are I don't want to waste my spells when I can just buy it.
You're
But
right.
how'd you know I was a
Silly
druid?
me.
I didn't tell you that.
I don't know what a spell is, but okay.
Yeah, you've never met this lady until today. You have no idea who she is. I feel like you're metagaming a bit more than you should
I
right
wouldn't,
now.
hold on, I wouldn't know that she's a druid?
No,
She's
she's
done
just a
nothing to
centaur.
indicate she's a druid.
Oh, my bad. I gotta
Centaur.
rewind. I am metagaming.
I think your ardent racism is showing itself again.
I just
All
thought you were
centaurs are
the.
druids, right?
Hold on, did you just call me racist? I'm not racist. I get. Like, what?
Certainly, that's a wild shape.
Facts are not racism.
But he
Crap.
he leads you kind of to the back of the big top, the staff area, where there's all these various carts and things like that, and he kind of leads you to the circle of wagons. Leaning against a particularly ostentatious wagon is an aging clown with a painted grin. He puffs a little bubble pipe and glares at you as the bugbear approaches. Ignoring the clown, the bugbear opens up the wagon's door and ushers you all into the large interior.
Cat walks as far away from the clown as possible, just like on the opposite side of
Oh yeah,
everyone.
He has this guy
Oh hell no!
very menacingly smoking on this bubble pipe outside of this wagon.
I lean over to him as I pass him and go, "Honey, that pipe's gonna kill you one day."
Sure it will. He blows some
Blessed be
bubbles
by
towards
name
you.
Tyr.
Or something else might get you. Haha. Any finger guns.
Oh yeah, you might want to get rid of your shadow.
People die every day.
As Kieran walks past this guy, he's like, "Please pay them no mind."
Yeah, it's all right. Plenty of weirdos here. It's fine. But
Don't
you
let
guys,
them soil your day.
Oh, guys, he's talking about the goblins. Yeah, they're really weird.
as you enter in, you see the very flamboyant elf that you met earlier. He says, "Oh, please come in. It's a delight to meet you all. I'm Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch." And he gestures to this kind of portly looking, darker skinned, bald elf who's got a very nice red vest on. He's got kind of brown, or like this kind of brownish pants and a long coat jacket with a little red flower on the lapel. And he's wearing a nice hat. You recognize this individual from the other poster as Mr. Witch. And I think I can share a picture of him.
Yes, Mr. Witch.
I'll open this here. You should be able to share the actual photo of him. This fellow.
Winston Churchill.
He's a very Churchill-esque looking individual. He even has like a little pocket watch, a gold pocket
Right.
watch that's in his.
Yeah.
But let me go back to the meeting here. He kind of says, "Please, sit down. Make yourselves comfortable. If you could all, don't worry. This interior is much larger than it looks."
Abigail takes a seat.
Look for the brandy.
You see, yeah, there is like a little area of like various liqueurs and stuff like that. Some glasses, and he sees you eye it and goes, "Would you like a drink, my friend?"
Ooh, very much so, please.
Very good. And he'll kind of pour a little bit into this nice crystal glass and hand it over to you.
Oz chugs it. Just downs that shit.
Oh my, you would think that that's some tea you're drinking or something.
No, the unfortunate dour mood of the evening as you see Mr. Light's kind of sitting with his one leg folded over the other. You see the little weather vane slowly creaking in a clockwise direction. Says, from what I understand, at least some of you, not all of you, were causing a bit of a scene.
Abigail looks around the room to see who was making a scene.
Cat looks at Abigail.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Who made a scene, sir?
From what was reported to me, one trifling individual tried to destroy an illusion mirror in the Hall of Illusions. There's a centaur as well as a very strong human woman. Were very curt and rude to one of our swans.
I didn't see another centaur here.
We
That's
had a
crazy.
great-
Threatening, it says, threatening members of the goblin staff, as well as pontificating bodily harm on people. That one right there, he points at Lydia, apparently has been heard saying some untoward things about members of the staff and fairgoers as well. In fact, of everyone here, the only individual who I have not heard of is this man. And he points to Kieran. Um, so I apologize. You appear to have been wrapped up in this with some negative Nellies, as they were.
It
It
couldn't
kind
have
of
been
peers
me.
at all of you.
It must have been another tiefling.
Yeah, I think you have the wrong group of people. I didn't see another centaur, but I mean, it's a big place.
But I thought that we had a great conversation with Brother Maid.
We had a good
Uh,
conversation with that
I
swan.
really thought that we
I'm
had a great conversation. I learned so much about existence and non-existence and everything.
one of your swans is following Tyr now. Blessed.
Yes, they did mention an overwhelming amount of ignorance from one of you.
Sir,
Um,
sir, may I offer you my strength? I can go out and I can fight this people for you. I'm really good at fighting. You just
are
point them
you?
out and I will take care of them for you.
He looks to you and he just goes, "Let me be clear here. I merely wanted to discuss this with you and hope that you would all contribute to the remainder of your time at the Witchlight Carnival in as positive as a fashion as you can.
Oh, well,
That's what
sure.
I'm
How can we help?
offering.
You're offering to savagely beat people.
I don't see the
Cat just shoves a
difference.
berry in her mouth and just starts chewing really loudly.
Ma'am, can you please chew with your mouth closed? That's very inappropriate.
Can I'd like to ask you all a question.
Just got juices sloshing everywhere.
Why have you come to the Witchlight Carnival exactly? Why are you here?
Abigail pulls out the trinket she bought for this little thing right here. I bought this for my little um friend in the orphanage that I go to frequently. She loves me when I bring her knickknacks, and I saw this fair, and I was like, "Oh my god, what's better than to get a knickknack at a fair that's never around?" It's so crazy. You got good knickknacks. You got a good fair going on.
Just to double check, you are aware of the reason you were drawn towards the carnival, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We lost
Okay.
Yes.
something.
So you're lying to him.
Yeah.
I'd love a deception check.
No, that's the other reason I'm here.
The
It's not full.
obfuscation
It's
is a
not
lie.
full lying.
Deception check, please.
Damn it.
Because you're not telling him the whole
You're
truth.
still
But
deceiving
I'm
him
not
for
telling
sure.
him not the truth.
Oh.
His eyes narrow at you. After Oz was like, it's got to be some other tiefling, and now you just kind of dance around a reason for being here. He's just sort of glaring a little bit, and he goes, "A bit of honesty goes a long way. It would behoove you to
I
tell
mean,
me
um,
why you've all arrived.
I lost something.
You've lost something."
oh, we're talking about that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I lost something I was hoping to find here.
Oz is like,
Mm,
truthfully, I don't know why I'm here. I just feel like it's the right place to be.
Give me another deception check at disadvantage because he's already onto you.
Oh, another one.
Oh.
One more.
Damn.
I suppose wrong place at the wrong time. You
Oh,
might not
right
even
place.
be sure. He kind of looks over to Mr. Light as you say you've lost things. Everyone give me insight checks.
Oof.
Oof.
Well, there we go.
We're doing it.
Oh, nice. T24s and two twos and two 24s. What do you know? I'm not gonna roll for Lydia because she doesn't care.
I wonder what the
Uh,
chances are that all four, like two of us rolling a two of the same, and then two of us rolling two of the same. Like that's pretty far out.
Especially
Okay,
with
Brennan.
different modifiers.
Yeah,
With different
Mhm.
modifiers and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's a
there
lot.
are different ones. Yeah, that's crazy odds right there.
Um, as he kind of hears you talk about losing things. Catalin and Kieran, you both pick up on a very knowing glance between the two. And as Mr. Light is about to say something, it's very subtle, but there's like a movement of Mr. Witch's brow that Mr. Light just stays quiet. And he goes, so you've lost something. Unfortunate. I'm afraid.
Aaron will speak up before Mr. Witch continues, because he picks up that he hasn't said anything yet. He's hearing all these people have lost something, and he's here because he's lost something too. And he's like, "I'm sorry if you know something, please tell us. I'm looking for my brother."
Make a persuasion check. You see his kind of cold demeanor sinks into a frown, and he looks to you and says, troubling thing to lose, my friend. There are forces at work on the other side that are entirely beyond our control. Hard to say. And you see as Mr. Light kind of chimes in, the wheel of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost. What's gone is gone. Don't
Why?
think you'll be finding anything.
Well, I don't
Just
believe that for 1 minute.
apologize.
Then why
Kieran
bring us
says,
here if we're not meant to find it?
He just kind of shrugs a little bit and says, "Look, just please enjoy the fair or the carnival to the best you can. Hopefully, it will lighten the mood. But appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. I was interested in what was going on here." He just kind of motions towards the door for you to leave.
Oh.
But wait, I don't know why are we here then?
Like you
Kat's
said,
kind of like walking towards the door, but she's not walking towards the door.
I don't think you'll find what you're looking for here, ma'am.
Then can we go home?
You're welcome to leave anytime you'd like.
Oz speaks up and he said, truthfully, you say this is the wrong place, wrong time, but this is the right place and the right time. And let us know how we can help if we can.
He just kind of disregards you with a wave. Says, "Enjoy the carnival. That will help."
He goes and does just that.
I'm gonna go talk to Feathermane because I swear we had a good conversation. I'm gonna go talk to him again. Cat.
I
Aaron will
follow
wait for everyone
Cat.
else to leave the room, and then he'll approach the two, and he's like, "As I come to understand it, I've been adding quality to your fare. If there's anything you do know, I know, however dismal it may be or pointless it may feel to you, but anything that you can provide to me. You mentioned powers on somewhere. What powers?"
He just looks to you, and he raises a finger, like as a hush. And then he says, "Ones that can't be spoken upon. So please, if you would be so kind as to enjoy the carnival And make sure you all keep your wings.
Kieran remembers the wing people he's been seeing, and he's like, you need not speak of this, but I've already seen a couple of people coerced out of the fair.
You watch as he looks beyond you as the rest of your party has left, and he just gives a nod to the bugbear, who kind of turns to you and says, "It's time to go, friend."
He
And the bugbear
turns
puts a hand on your
around.
shoulder.
He doesn't resist. He goes, but he just looks at him like Batman stare.
Yeah, he kind of the bugbear leads you out of the wagon, and the wagon door closes, and you hear like a lock. And as the bugbear has got his hand on your shoulder, he starts walking with you, and then he starts to say in a bit of a hushed tone to you, "Listen, bad things have been happening at the carnival for a while. People and things have been going missing, just like whatever you all lost. My bosses know more than they're telling, but their hands are tied somehow. You're the first people I've met who might be able to set things right. Witchlight, they're good guys, but you'll need some sort of leverage to make them spill the beans."
My dear sir, in what way would I be able to put them in such position?
Now, you see, Mr. Witch, that fancy watch he had, you saw, right?
Oh yes, it was quite a piece, I would say.
That pocket watch is instrumental to the running of this carnival. If you can nick it, I'm sure you could pressure him into giving you the information you need. It's the most precious item in the world to him.
Kieran's gonna. He's wondering if this guy's trying to punk him.
Make an insight check.
Oh,
Yeah, he's above board. Like, he's speaking plainly. He seems to be intent on suggesting that you get some sort of leverage on his bosses to help them find out what the hell's going on.
Thank you, my friend.
Just so you know, there's other folk you can talk to. The Mind Fellow, you can talk to him. Candlefoot.
What's his deal?
What do you mean?
He's is he a mime or is he just mute?
He's just a mime. I spoke to him this morning. What do you mean?
Mm. So he can talk. Thank you.
You should be able to. Other than him, I know you could probably the young Treant fella, Northwind.
Yes, I remember him.
He might have some information. Might be able to learn a bit from him. Other than that, can't rightly say. And you made mention to me, if I recall, about somebody buying you tickets.
Yeah, there's some. I get all of us actually. Someone bought all 5 of us tickets. Same guy,
Strange.
I assume.
He'll nod. Maybe track that lead down could help. But I'll let you know this. I won't allow any harm to come to Mr. Witchlight, so if anybody tries to hurt them, I will be forced to stop you all.
My dear sir, I have no wish to harm anyone.
Just give a nod, and he just kind of lets your shoulder go. "You're up now, off with you. Go enjoy the carnival," he says really loudly before returning back towards the wagon.
He does the 2-finger salute.
What was his name again?
The bugbear introduced himself as Burley, Burly.
Burly Bugbear.
Abigail would like to look back and yell to Kieran and be like, Kieran, honey, could you come here, please? I got a question for you.
And I have some information for you all as well.
Oh, he does share a couple more quick pieces of information with you. He lets you know that the watch that he has, which you saw, is attached to a chain. So whoever tries to steal that is going to need to break or unfasten that chain. And he also lets you know that at the end of the Witchlight Carnival, there will be the Witchlight Monarch will be chosen. And the Witchlight Monarch is chosen by the guest who contributed the most to the happiness of the carnival. And apparently, Mr. Light's Weathervane could lead him to that person. As well as the fact that you receive a charm that will allow you to fly.
Ooh.
But he did mention Candlefoot as well as Northwind. And one last thing he says is, "Don't trust Thaco." He points back at the clown with the bubbles. He sucks.
Not Thaco.
Oh, freaking clown.
Worry not,
Right.
my dear Burley. I never trust a clown.
Never trust a clown.
Never
Ever.
trust a clown. Ever.
So yeah,
They got that fake smile and everything like that. You know they're frowning underneath.
so that's the information you get from him before he departs. Jacko.
Okay, cool. So Kieran, he relays the situation. Yeah, Thaco, I love that name, by the way.
Yeah, it's funny.
Advanced D&D, thanks.
It's a D&D joke.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, to hit armor class 0, Thaco.
Oh.
It's the old way of how you determined if you could hit someone in the original AD&D.
Okay.
It was annoying. Like if you play Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, does 2? I can't remember if 2 used Thaco. 1 definitely does.
Yeah, so the joke is Thaco sucks.
Okay.
Yep. It's a bunch of math.
That's great.
It's an old bad system.
I love that. They literally personified an old system.
I do. I love
Yeah.
that too.
And it's a fat clown smoking a bubble pipe.
But Kieran will relay this in a way to say, hey, we need to get some leverage. And my BFF, Burley, back there gave me some hot topic info. And you guys, he points to everybody, need to cool it and bring some cheer to this place.
Whoa, can do, bud.
Abigail gets really
I'm all about having
serious.
fun.
No more
And
headbutting mirrors. No more prejudiced views. Points at Abigail.
what?
Prejudice views.
What?
You are a
The
little racist
truth-
towards the goblins.
The truth is not being racist. Facts are not racist.
Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus, dude.
It's like,
Shut the
you know,
fuck up.
my parents had me read a lot of books when I was little and really growing up. And racism, it pretty much like had a picture of you right there when it said racist. It's like this girl, Abigail, she's racist.
Well, my mom and dad used to read me a book. You know that Goodnight Moon thing? Well, it was just like
Yeah,
that,
that's not,
but it was
that's for
like
babies.
facts are not racist.
No.
It's a good book. It's a good book about a lot of facts
Yeah.
that a
I
lot of
think
people
we
think are
need
racist, but they're
Abigail.
not.
Abigail, we need to work on this. We're going to work on this.
Okay.
We are going to
You
have
know,
a goblin
Cat,
interaction class.
Cat,
and we're going to work on this.
Cat, I do gotta tell you,
Yep.
I have been told that I'm not really good with words and that I'm blind to reality. I don't know what that means, but I'm open
Kieran
to listen.
will step in there, and Kieran will say, "Hey, I'm really good with words, and I have this surefire way to make sure people don't hate you.
Oh,
Would you like to know what it is?"
I would love that. I love to be loved. So, go for it.
Yeah, Kieran says, "Okay, you have a mouth on your face, and people hate you when you open it. Just keep it shut."
That's not true because Jeffrey loves when I open my mouth.
Hey, Jeffrey's
This
not
is
here.
great.
Jeffrey's that's great, and I applaud your ability, but these people aren't Jeffrey. There are no Jeffreys here.
There are no Jeffreys
So
here. Okay, I'm gonna jot that down in my
Jeffrey
in
does
my
not
memory.
want you. Listen to this, Abigail. Okay, Jeffrey does not want you opening your mouth for other people.
Oh no, he was very clear on that. We gotta be
Yeah,
one on one, except for my 26 other sister wives.
hey, no one here deserves your open mouth.
I got you. Besides Jeffrey, he loves it.
And Karen winks at her.
I don't know what that means, but okay, thank you.
Remember, lesson 1.
Wow.
But in all seriousness,
Don't be
What
racist.
we just say? What we say?
I got a real question for you.
Okay, go.
Do you really think that we're gonna find our stuff here? It's really important that I find this.
Listen, when I was in that room, I got some odd feelings. They know some more that they're not telling us. And I think we'll be able to find maybe not what we're looking for, but some answers to help us find what we're looking for.
Okay, step 1, Abigail shuts her mouth. Step 2,
Don't be racist.
I still don't understand it.
Step
Facts are
one,
not racist.
Hey,
But I'm
Stop
trust.
being
Hey,
what I'm not.
hey, you know what? I've just met you guys, but I trust you. So, okay, don't say mean things. Got it? I don't see how they're mean, but you say they're mean. I believe they're mean. I've lived in a sister wives facility my whole life, so I don't really know the outside world. I trust you. For some reason, I trust you.
the
Listen, we're
outside
gonna have
world
a
is
safe
crazy
word.
place.
Our safe word. If you're being racist, we're gonna
Okay.
go sister.
Sister. I like that. You are just,
Okay.
I like that. Okay, safe word
I
is
know.
sister if I'm being racist.
If you want, I
Yes.
can help you atone for your sins.
Oh,
And
I pray to
Kieran's like,
tear
that
every
reminds
night.
me, what's her name again? Lydia?
Yeah, Lydia. She's
And
been
he
just
turns
observing this whole time.
he
You are
turns to
so
Lydia, and
creepy.
I don't really have a beef with you, but
Yeah,
you know,
I don't have one with you either.
but what you say is slightly off-putting to some people, not to me. I love it. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
But some people aren't really like on the same level as you. They haven't reached your level of nirvana of seeking pain.
Nirvana.
So, you know, maybe wait to see if they also enjoy pain before talking about discussing and relishing in pain. But me, I give myself paper cuts all the time.
She looks at you and goes, "What? You're silly."
This is why I don't deal with paper and I just deal with trees. Splinters aren't fun
Anyway,
though.
this guy's a laugh riot. What are we up
And
to?
he looks at Oz, right. He's like, no more headbutting anything. Got it? Unless it headbutts you first.
You can headbutt me.
You have
I'll
consent
headbutt you.
from Lydia,
Yes,
but
what he
don't do it in
said.
here.
Consent
Oz
is
is like,
important.
later.
Oh, I want to watch this. I want to watch this so bad.
Oz is like, I want to perform my sword shit. I'll make people
Okay.
happy with that.
And at the same time, Kieran is just like, okay, guys, we also have. I wanted to make sure you guys all knew that whoever bought our ticket is probably going to be able to meet us at the feasting orchard. So let's go there first.
Oh my god, Cat.
Oh,
We
there's
can get
food there,
food
right?
finally.
Oh, thank goodness.
There probably is
Food.
food
Oh,
there, given the name. Yes.
can we go
Abigail looks
now?
to Cat and 100% does the, like Twister. Food. Food.
Food. Cat just goes. She
Yeah.
just goes over there.
I'll race you.
Just
And then
gallop away.
No, she just gallops away.
Damn it,
Way
horses are
faster
fast.
I'm a freaking horse, and I have a
You're
horse.
so
What do you
fucking
expect?
fast. Oh, I'm sorry.
Are
Oh, my bad.
you-
I didn't
are
mean
you-
to say the
are you
F word.
Are you,
Like that's the problem.
what's the
Oh man, I need to pray tonight.
And Cat ran away
what's the F
before
word?
Kieran could chastise her, so
Yeah,
Yes,
isn't
yeah,
that convenient?
he also forgets what
Abigail, what's the F word?
Oh, the one I just accidentally said. I'm gonna have to pray so hard tonight. Oh my god, I am just a sinner today. This carnival has made me a
Why is it a
sinner.
bad word?
You
Why
should
is it a bad
not
word?
curse. Curse words are bad.
What are curse words?
A bad word.
As you guys are passing by, Lydia points at the lost property sign. They've got lost property.
did
Hey.
you
Oh,
lose?
yeah.
Kieran was like, "Did you lose something?"
Hey, aren't you guys looking for something? He,
Yeah,
like,
you guys
yells
said you
ahead.
lost stuff, right?
I mean, didn't you lose
Oh,
things?
well, what I lost isn't a thing, but I
Oh, that's right. You lost a person.
yeah.
That must be
Cat's
horrible.
already at the thing, so she will have to go back to that at a different time.
And
Okay.
but Kieran's like, whatever you folks lost, I don't think it'll be as easy as a lost property box.
All right, let's go. You guys arrive over at the feasting orchard. Yeah, there is like this rain going on right now. And
Kieran took one of those
it's
free parasols.
yeah. There's still people going around. People are still playing games. It's not so oppressively rainy that people can't still have fun right now. Um, and the mood's a little bit dour, but there's still people having a good time as you guys make your way over to the feasting orchard, and you kind of hear from this area. Uh, it's a little lighter, the rain over here. You can hear kind of music and some mirth radiate from the park a bit. So you hear, that little jaunty tune uh, overlapped on the rain here.
Love this song.
So there's a little bit of a
This is
good
my
vibe
jam.
there. And yeah, you can. It's a little bit muted, but you can smell the now rained upon scent of flowers. There's mead and berry pies in the area. It looks like they kind of set up some little tents over the eating areas to kind of push off the rain. Then it's they brought some candles and things like that out. They dried up everything the best they could, add some extra tents so people could sit and feast. And there's a little bit of music going on. Um, Yeah, and you see various people telling stories, musicians. There appears to be some acrobats who are having a little hard time in the rain, unfortunately, trying to clean up an area enough to do a show best they can.
Ooh. Oz wants to go help the acrobats.
All right, you head over to the acrobats who are kind of working on drying up a little bit of an area. They're setting up like another little quick made tent and
Yeah,
tarp up.
he's just like helping them, like get it going, get it started.
All right, yeah,
Like cleaning
you go to aid them, and yeah, in due time, you help them get set up. Uh, you guys, give me perception checks.
Was almost a spec.
Almost.
There's no speck in my
Almost.
favorite realm.
I already rolled a spec once.
I've rolled too many specs.
Me too.
Oz, Catalin, and Abigail, you guys pick up on kind of hanging off one of these large trees. Appears to be like some sort of swing, like a wooden swing that's attached to the tree. and you see this this gnomish looks like a bard, a female bard wearing a lute or with a lute in her hand, kind of strumming on it. Um, and she's just kind of plucking on the strings, and she's just watching. She's been keeping an eye on you guys as you're walking around the feasting area.
Is she the one that's probably playing this music, or that's coming from
No,
like
she's
the
playing
actual surround sound?
She's plucking a little tune as well, like in time with some of the other musicians that are in the area.
Abigail will go up to her.
Yeah, you
For
find
sure.
Alfira, so
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Only she's not a gnome.
No, she's gonna die.
as
Can I help
two
you with
dark
this song?
urges in your party just stare.
These squirrels seem to not like your music.
So many dirges, a group of dirges, in fact.
Oh my
You
god.
get this smile at her.
Yeah, Abigail goes up to her and is like, well, that's beautiful music right there. You seem very talented.
Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Why aren't you with the other band members? Are you solo act?
Well, I am a bit of a solo act, I suppose you could say. I tend to keep my own affairs, as it were.
You don't have any friends?
Oh, I've got plenty of friends
Oh,
all over the
okay.
material plane and other planes as well.
You get to travel the material plane? I've never met anyone who got to do that.
I mean, you're doing it right now?
And it's amazing. I've never gotten to do this. Normally, I live with my 26 sister wives and Jeffrey, and I don't really get to see much outside of that.
Oh, well, bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Sorry.
She just continues to strum.
Abigail will sit and listen to her while she eats her pie. Like, she's just a full fucking pie Abigail's eating.
Yeah, she's just hanging out on the swing.
Just like
And I can give you
staring
guys a
at
little
her.
picture. Yeah, in the water around her, you see this little frog that's just kind of hip hopping around in her general area.
Ah.
Oh hell yeah! That's cool.
Cat sees a frog and goes over. She too has a pie in her hand, and
Oh,
she
God.
goes over to talk to the frog.
It's a swamp frog.
It's like, hey, oh no,
Oh no!
hey, Mr. Frog. She
Oh,
casts
it's-
speak with animals.
You
Can you hear
speak
me
with
now?
Animals.
Yeah,
Yes, I can hear you quite fine. How are you, madam?
I am so good. How are you doing today? That way,
I'm doing fantastic. It's a bit rainy, which is nice. I am a frog, after all.
you're a frog, so you get wet, so it's okay, right?
Yes. It's one of
Wow,
the
this
benefits
is
of being an amphibious creature.
that's crazy. You know, I haven't met a lot of frogs where I'm from. I have a lot of, we have squirrels and deer and birds, but I haven't met a lot of frogs before. How are you?
Excellent.
How are you? What brought you to this carnival?
Oh, well, my good lady brought me with her. And he kind of nods his little frog head up towards the woman on the swing.
Well, hello, good lady. And she
Well,
just,
hello there.
hi. And she looks back to the frog. What's your name?
The frog goes, my name is Amphibian von
It's it.
Stronheim.
That's awesome.
Yes. Make friends with him. He shall be ours.
It is such a pleasure to meet you, Amphibian von Stromheim. My name is Catalin Emberclaw.
Oh, wait, is the O in there?
Amphibian.
You know what? That was good. Amphibian.
Amphibian.
Fabian?
So, okay. So, We were brought over here because someone apparently bought our tickets. Do you have any insights on things we got to look out for here?
His head looks up towards the gnome on the swing. I do believe that would be my master there. She paid for all of your tickets.
She did.
Yes, she was quite interested in having you all come here. She didn't tell me
Interesting.
why.
She didn't tell you why. Okay. Well, I mean, sometimes we got to keep some things to ourselves. Secrets and stuff. But hey guys. Hey guys. She kind of waves towards the boys. Come here.
Kieran walks up
Now.
and he's like, "Hey, we're supposed to
Now.
be looking for the person. Did you find him?"
She's here. She's here. She points to the lady on the swing.
Oh,
well, it
she's
seems you're all
just a bard.
assembled. It's good. She looks at you as you say that. Well, you're all assembled. It's good to see. I'm glad you all could make it.
Wait, what?
Yes, you came to the carnival. I bought tickets for you so you could come to the carnival.
Oh, that was
Are you
you.
having a
So
great
you're
time?
the
Thank
so you
you.
bought us the tickets. What is your name, ma'am?
My name is Eliwick Tumblestrum. A pleasure.
Yeah, you put that in there. There we go. I did not spell that.
I
that
did
way.
not
Not
spell
even
that
close.
right.
Eliwick Tumblestrum.
Not even close.
I
It
had the
is
E
such a
right.
pleasure to meet you. Why did you bring us here?
Oh, I thought it'd be a bit of fun.
What?
Hi. You all lost something, didn't you?
How'd you know that?
Yeah. How did you know? I haven't told any.
Well, I hear a lot of things, and I know a lot of secrets. And there's a lot of secrets here.
How did you know my secret? How do you know that?
She just gives you a little wink. Things tell me things.
Cat winks back. What things tell you things?
She points to the frog. Things tell me things.
Amphibian, did you tell her about my secret? How did you know? I've never seen a frog before at my home.
I specifically told her nothing.
She looks back at Eliwick. But you said he told you.
No, I said things tell me things. He's a thing that tells me things. He's an example.
Okay.
The frog talks?
You don't
just
hear him?
hear Catalan croaking at this frog, and it's croaking back at her because she's doing speak with
Oh,
animals.
girl, I thought you had something in your throat. Oh, my.
I was just
You
walking
can't hear him?
mouth. He's like,
Kieran,
what I meant.
Kieran just quips. Apparently, it was a frog in her throat.
Kieran, you're a funny guy.
He's like, what?
But yeah, I brought you all here so that you can enjoy the carnival. I figured you shouldn't have to pay. I mean, you didn't the first time.
Wait,
Kieran.
huh?
Wait, the first time?
The first
What are you
time?
talking about the first time?
This is the first time I've ever been here.
I've never been here before.
Is it now?
I've been in my home for a while now.
Yeah, and I never leave.
Kieran just
Well,
bet me a stare.
the Witchlight Carnival goes all over the place.
Yeah, but I've never been to the carnival before.
Yeah, I feel like I would remember this place. This place is definitely different than the woods.
Losing things, losing memories. What a strange mystery. How fun.
I feel like you know something and you're not telling us. And I feel like we should be a very open thing, especially because you just spend money on us.
I wondered why this was the right place to be.
And there's only two reasons that you buy people things: for sex
Like you
and for
said.
fun.
People
gives
pay
you
money for sex?
a grin, and then she looks to Zarius and goes, like you said, right place, right time.
Yes, honey, it's called prostitution for the whores.
The
Kieran,
whores.
Kieran
What?
speaks to Abigail. He's like, "Hey, you remember that talk we had about not saying anything?"
Sister.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop talking now.
Well, anyway, are you all having fun? You having a good time?
Abigail
Yeah, I
Lots of
was
nods.
having
fun.
a great time, but those guys at the beginning, they had a talk with us. And they were telling us that we
yes.
were not
Mr.
we were
Witch and
not
Mr.
being
Light.
good. Yeah,
Well,
they were like, we are not being good influences and we need to do better. And
she
I
kind
don't,
of glances up to the cloudy, slightly rainy sky. Sounds about right.
Wait, this is because of us? Oops, sorry, I'm not talking. Lock key, throw it away.
It's one of the many wondrous mysteries of this place. It reacts to the mood of the carnival.
So we should do everything we can to make everybody happy.
Yeah, that's definitely Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's endeavor.
Ooh, and what's your endeavor?
My endeavor is to find out what the mystery truly is here, which brings me to the reason you're all here. You, being people who were here but don't remember you were here, having lost something, are in a very keen, interesting opportunity to discover the mysteries of the Witchlight Carnival. And she shoots off a couple of cantrips that are like little pops of light.
Ooh, very cool.
So that's kind of what I want you to do. I like finding out about mysteries and the like. So if you could find me secrets and tell me all about them, I'd be pleased as punch.
Kieran would like to size this gnome up.
Make an insight check. Uh, very strange energy from this individual. She's very excited to meet you. She doesn't appear to be lying to you in any way, shape, or form. Um, she's very cryptic, but purposely so. But nothing she says rings as false.
Kieran will divulge that he's gotten some heads up from some of the carnies, namely Burley, about their suggestion to steal Mr. Witch's pocket watch.
Oh, a right bit of mischief that would be. Could be on the right path, I think.
But Kieran is not a thief.
Oh, well,
But
fun story. I heard there is a thief.
Who?
what's his name?
Who? Well, hard to say. They wouldn't be a very good thief if I knew exactly who they were.
Hmm.
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 Can you give us some descriptions that might help us out?
Well, that's the thing. People see different thief every time.
Hmm. Interesting.
You should
Okay.
probably go find someone who's had something stolen from them and ask them.
Do you
See if
know
they
the
can
last
talk.
person who had something stolen from them?
Hard to say. She waves a hand. You'll have to investigate.
Hmm. We'll have to go find some people that have some things missing.
Karen,
Right.
did you mention one of those things being a tree? I'm really good with trees.
I feel
Perhaps
like
you
trees
can
just don't
yeah.
go up and missing.
was she talking to me?
Yeah, because you
The
said you mentioned the
the
people.
treant, the treant, not a tree, but the treant.
Yes, it's a
It
tree.
is it is a living creature. Do not chop it down.
Oh, I don't play them? No, no, you gotta have a relationship with the trees. You don't chop unripened trees. They gotta be at the perfect spot and then you just chop them down. But they are willing, they give consent.
Yeah, but
You
I'm
talk to
pretty
the
sure a
trees?
sentient tree folk would not give you consent to do that,
100%. But
even with a pretty good relationship.
I talk to trees every day. I feel like maybe I'd be really good at talking to a tree aunt.
Are you a druid?
No, silly, I'm a logsman. I chop logs.
I chop logs.
Scared goddamn day of my life. Oh, another fun bit of information as we're talking about secrets and fun. I heard the carousel has a mystery to it too.
Um, is she wearing her wings?
She notably is not.
Kieran will say, "Hey, just between you and me, you should probably find a pair of those wings and put them on. I've already seen two mysterious things coerce people out of the park or out of the carnival."
She just smiles. I wouldn't worry about Mia.
Kieran Batman stares.
I appreciate the warning, though. Kindly gesture. Sounds like you're already on to something, though, there, lad.
Yeah, I was quickly ushered out of the Witchlight office for bringing it up, so it's something they don't want to talk about, which is why we need leverage.
Don't or can't. Interesting.
Until we have that leverage, we won't know.
Indeed. Well, I'll be here for a while. I do enjoy this park and playing, so if you need something, feel free to circle on back, but it sounds like you've got a lot to do. There's only, and she looks at where there is no watch, 4 hours left.
Wait, what happens when it's over?
Well, they'll crown the Witchlight Monarch, whomever is so lucky to gain that title in Boone. And then Mr. Witch will close down the fair.
Where do
Oh,
the people go after? Do they just go home?
Well, yeah, all the people of Faerun, the people of this plane, they'll exit the carnival, wherever it currently is in space and time. And then Mr. Witch will close it, and it'll be gone.
But you said we'd been here before.
Right, I remember you.
Oh, how come we don't remember you?
A curious question.
Yeah, that's why I asked it.
It's a mystery to find an answer to. Find it out. If I knew, I'd tell you.
Would you?
When
just
were we last here?
Oh, years and years ago.
What the shit?
What?
And
I
Kieran's
don't
just like,
ever
"Madam,
remember being here.
I think I would know if I had come here as a child."
definitely feel like I remember this place.
Well, she shrugs.
All right, well, I'm off to
Anyway.
go find a tree person.
Oh God. I feel like I should go with her so she doesn't kill the tree. Guys,
I think we should stick
even
together.
if you can't find anybody, yeah, just find. I look back at what I've done since I've been here. I've been nice. I've participated in the side games, and I haven't offended anybody. Do that, and I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. And
Do things at stalls.
I'll do things.
Do things at stalls.
Okay. Do things at. I'm gonna go do things at stalls.
Kieran runs and follows Abigail to make sure he doesn't kill a tree on.
Running through the pitter patter of rain.
So,
Abigail, a little money.
Abigail
God,
remembered
oh God.
seeing a tree person at the beginning, so that's where she was headed.
Well, Kat's gonna go to the dragonfly rides. Check it out there.
Let's see how
I
many.
was just gonna go check out this carousel.
You said
And maybe
sorry.
do some sword tricks around it and these tents and stuff.
Oh, before Kieran ran off, he'd be like, "Don't swing your sword in the public," and then he runs.
I will definitely think about not doing that. Haha.
Kat is still like waving her little ribbon in the air as she runs over to the dragonfly. Right.
Lydia's gonna follow Oz.
Oh my god, that girl's so up his butt.
Because it's one of the only other things that was mentioned as something important is the carousel, potentially. So she just sees the centaur run off to dragonfly rides.
He told me to go do things.
Abigail stomp off and the other person chase after her. So she's like, I guess I'll follow you again.
Quick question. You said we get 8 punches?
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't write it down, so I just wanted to make sure. And then
Yeah.
the games. So the goblin game was a punch, and then the swans were a punch, or are the games
Yeah,
not a punch?
The big top was a punch.
Oh,
Big
and the big
punches.
top. Okay,
So 3 punches. Okay. So
you got
goblin.
4 because you
Yeah,
did
you
that
did
other
the
game
game.
too.
I did
Well,
2
did the
games.
fairy thing? Oh yeah, I did the fairy dragon thing too. Okay.
I think I
Okay, so
did
3.
Goblin,
Okay.
tent, and
Yeah, you did the Hall of Illusions, the snail racing, and the big top.
okay. So I've got 4 left.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kieran's
Oh, and
goal
Oz?
is to use the remaining 5 that he has.
For your help with the acrobats, by the way, Oz, give me a persuasion check, by the way.
Okay. Persuasion.
All right, cool. Noted.
All right.
All right, well, we will run through a couple of these things here as you split up. So let's start with Abigail and Kieran. Abigail, as you are walking or kind of making your way, trying to find the treant, Kieran will catch up to you. Give me an investigation check to try and find out where the treant went.
So she's just remembering also that she saw one at the beginning, like just sitting around. So that's what she's thinking.
Hold on, I gotta check something. You head in the general direction of the ticket booth and begin to kind of ask around about where the treant went.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody goes, "Oh, you're looking." You're when the staff goes, "You're looking for Northwind." Well, he's usually over at the Dragonfly rides.
My God, that's crazy.
Come hither.
Does he ride the dragonflies being a
Oh,
tree
God.
person?
And he goes, "No, he just likes it there."
Oh, okay. It'd be crazy sight seeing a tree ride a dragonfly, right? What?
I gotta get to work. Oh, have a good
This
one.
sir. This sir.
She looks at Kieran and says, "I guess we're going to see some dragonflies, or would you like to go elsewhere? I think that cat went to dragonflies, so it might be taken care of."
Kieran is. I need to go talk to the fairy dude that I asked to wait for me at the big tent. So
Do you want me to come with you?
you can go. Yeah, come with me.
Okay, let's go.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
You can't be left on your own. Who's babysitting Abigail today?
All right, so we'll continue your interaction because you just stopped briefly and now you're head over the big top to find who an individual who's been waiting for you out in the rain for a minute now, looking very sad. The
Oh,
mime
cheer
is
up, buddy.
there. Candlefoot, bring him on the thing. You see, he's kind of like under one of the like parts that's a little kind of awning that goes over for the tent, and then sees you and just waves.
Kieran waves at him, smiles, and as he walks up to him, he's like, "My apologies, Candlefoot. Your employers had us tied up for a little bit. I do apologize for making you wait in the rain."
He gives you a bit of a sign, like a knowing nod.
Is he wet, like damp from the rain?
Yeah, he's got a little bit on him.
Can I cast prestidigitation to dry him up?
Yeah, you can clean him up a little bit.
That's not how that works.
It
That
is
is
actually.
exactly how it works.
Damn it!
It's exactly how it works.
He smiles at you and gives you like this thumbs up and gives
My
you that
pleasure.
nod.
I understand you were trying to communicate something to my my blue friend Oz earlier.
He thinks for a second and then he kind of motions towards his head and like does like a little motion like in the shape of Oz's horns and like A questioning look.
Yes, the guy that headbutt a mirror.
He gives another knowing nod to you.
Oh yes, him.
Still would have
Him.
loved to seen that.
But then he sees that you're paying attention to him, and he kind of like puts both his hands up, and then he points to his throat, and then he waves his hands like over each other, and then he kind of flaps his arms like a bird, and then he reaches into his pocket, grabs something, and like maneuvers as if he's like trying to get away. But it's all in place. You can make an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah.
From best you can tell, he seems to be indicating he can't talk, and that some sort of bird person stole his voice and ran away.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, my insight's on par with my characters.
Yeah. But as you're getting it, he looks really relieved, and he just is like this pleading look of, "Can you help me?"
And now Kieran wants to clarify: was it a bird or a bird person? He motions that bipedal sort of person.
He does like a little walking motion with like two legs, like a bipedal person, and then
Gotcha.
he looks to you because you're human, correct?
Yes.
And he kind of goes to like your general height and puts it like just like measures it out. It'd like be the size of a halfling almost.
Does Kieran know halfling-sized bird people?
Make a Kieran with his origins potentially. I'll say give me a history check, not a high DC.
Ooh.
Yeah, 5's enough. Yeah, you've heard of Kenku.
Okay, so Kenku.
They're only halfling sized?
They're small, yeah.
They're
Oh,
very
wow.
small.
I did not know that.
I did
pictured
not.
them
I
very
did not know that.
I picture
thought they
them
were
very
big, too.
tall.
like the dark crystal bird wizard.
Yep,
guy.
that's exactly what I was
Skeksis.
thinking. Yep,
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, they're not
Uh-huh.
Skeksis size. They
I
are.
think those are more the Aarakocra in line with their
Yeah.
sizes.
I guess that's true.
Mm.
Yeah.
But he's like, okay, I know what he says. Kenku, right?
He nods, but then he holds up his fingers, and then he does like a motion over his face and changes the way he looks. Then he motions over his face, changes the way he looks again, motions over his face one more time, does the same thing.
A master of disguise.
He like snaps his fingers and points to you, but then he kind of like does like these motions where like kind of like you see people doing like when you did your prestidigitation. He's like mimicking those movements.
Okay. Can you show me where this happened?
He will nod and he'll start leading you towards the Hall of Illusions.
All right, Abby, let's go.
Oh my, is that a nickname? Oh my god, I've never had a nickname before.
Sure, you can call me Key if you want.
Key? Like, put it in a hole? Key?
Key as in I can open a lot of doors.
Oh my god, we got nicknames! Yay!
So Abby and Key, Key and Peel.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, okay,
Oh,
so
no.
just FYI,
Oh, another nickname!
he is a predetermined nickname that I gave this guy because he
Okay.
can work his way socially opening many doors.
You guys follow Candlefoot to the Hall of Illusions, and he takes you out there, and you notice the rain is starting to let up. It's still cloudy out, but the rain's letting up.
Can I tell you something,
And,
Key?
Kieran looks at Abby. He's like, "Hey, keep that positive outlook. Look, the clouds are parting."
I mean, I'm glad because I had no idea what he was saying. I thought he was talking about a bird's butthole.
That is a thought. That's a thought.
So I'm glad you got that.
But let me go ahead. and pull the information up on this guy. You see, he kind of shows you to the front of the Hall of Illusions where he's normally stationed outside of the big top. And you see that he kind of motions to where he was standing right here. And then he points towards the side of the tent. And then he does the motion of the flapping wings. And then he kind of has a hard time trying to figure out how to translate this next thing. He does the same thing he did with the motion of the two fingers to indicate a humanoid, but then he does that, but then he puts really small, measures it really small and grasps a hand around it.
Oh my god, a goblin.
Very.
It's a very, very small.
Oh,
I'll let you make another
very.
insight check on it.
Abigail's listening to this, so is she allowed to make insight also?
Yeah, you can as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that you've been paying attention to him a little bit. Abigail, you kind of go, oh, it seems like he's talking about a doll.
Key, it's a doll.
He snaps his fingers and points to Abigail and nods.
Yes, I'm getting good at this.
Kieran shoots out sparks with prestidigitation. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, this is so fun. I love puzzles.
But then he kind of points to the edge of the tent, so he's indicating that he saw the Kenku, and when he saw them, they had a doll, and then ran away.
And they went around behind the tent, you say? Or you think?
He nods.
Well, let's go.
Can we get back there?
Yeah, he'll go with you and take you back there.
Cool. We go around there.
All right.
Come on, Abby. Let's go.
I'm coming, Key.
So give me an investigation check. I'll say you have advantage, whoever wants to do it.
Oh, I'll go ahead and do it.
Sorry.
14.
14. You pick up what appears to be little talon marks, little talon foot marks that go behind the tent. And then you begin to follow them?
I do.
All right. So as you guys are pursuing that lead, we'll jump over. Yeah. We'll jump over to Oz and Lydia at the carousel. So, as you arrive at the carousel, Oz, you see what appears to be a procession of wooden unicorns that stand motionless on a circular wooden platform. You see as fairgoers are climbing on the unicorns' backs, and what appears to be a female centaur there, who is setting the ride into motion. The unicorns shake their manes and crack to life, cantering around the carousel to delight their riders. As you see, can I get a picture of her for you guys? I might be able to. Pull it up here. Nope. I'll have to put it in the Discord. I'll drop it there. You see this individual.
Oh, that's so cool.
She's so pretty.
Make an insight check for me as she's running this ride. Yeah, you see that as she's interacting with the various patrons, that she's getting on to the various unicorns and then stirring the carousel. She's doing so in a very jovial manner, but you read this absolute despair behind her eyes.
Oh. Oz is taken aback a little bit.
I gotta see if Lydia picks up on this too. All right. But yeah, that's what you see. She's got kind of her arms folded as she's watching the ride go around.
So is there anybody else like kind of just like hanging around, like just chilling, or is it just like people on the carousel?
It's just people on the carousel, and she appears to be running it.
All right, he goes over and tries to cheer her up, like does a little thaumaturgy to just like make a little sparkling show, maybe with the blade a little bit, or with like a small knife.
Give me a performance check real quick. I'll give you advantage for the thaumaturgy. You see as she is kind of operating the ride as it's going around, she sees you do this little trick, and she goes, "Oh well, that's a nice trick."
He's like,
It's
why so down, or why the long face?
oh gods. No particular reason. Did you want to get on the carousel?
Nope. My only goal here is to spread joy and cheer. As he continues to do like little tricks and dances and shit, just like interacting with whoever he can, being positive. like almost
Alright.
a little too energetic, a little too, maybe just slightly a little mania underneath.
A little
Hello.
too Tom Cruise.
Yeah. God. But no, he's really insistent on helping if he can.
Okay. Yeah, you begin to try and help out around there. She didn't really ask you for help, but you're like kind of insisting to do
I'm
so.
here. Yeah, I'm helping you.
Yeah. And it's a level of positive energy that's off-putting, and Lydia is just next to her, going, "Wow, I've never seen such a sad horse in my life." And she stares at her and says, "I'm a human who made a bad deal, okay? Leave me alone."
I've never seen a sad horse. Jesus Christ.
And she just like stamps her hooves and adamantly says that she's a human who made a bad deal at Lydia. And she goes, "Wow, that must have been a real horrible deal."
Oh my god.
Oz catches that thing. He's like, deal? You mean you weren't born a centaur?
"I told you, I'm not a centaur, I'm not a horse. I'm just someone who made a bad deal, okay? Leave it alone."
Leaving it alone, but noted. And gosh, he's feeling a real brick wall here with this human that clearly has something on her mind. He wants. Is there? Yeah, I'm not really sure. He just wants to be there to be helpful. He's kind of looking around. Maybe at this point, he's kind of like
Okay.
seeing
Give
if
me
there's something off, like visually.
perception or investigation. Yeah, as you're kind of like just you leave her alone for the moment, letting her cool down. And just kind of take a look at the ride as it comes to a stop and people are getting off. You see that there are 8 unicorns that ride in pairs on this carousel, and you see each of them wears a name tag on its bridle. Some of the names are legible, while other tags are kind of worn. Um, and you see on the first pair, you see one on the left is labeled Fortune, and the other one is worn, and it's just this a B.
Oz says, "You know what? I will ride the carousel," and he gets on the horse that says Fortune.
She punches your ticket to get on. I'll let you know the other things you see.
Oh, sure.
Kind of
Yeah.
as you on the carousel too. Because you do check. I assume you want to check out all the pairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You see, just so you can choose your horse accordingly. You see the second pair, the one on the left, uh, just starts with. Oh, let me. It's a PR, and then you see the one on the right is named Fall, FALL,
Mm-hmm.
and then the third pair. You see what appears to be the one on the left. His name is Stone, and the other one is an M, missing 2 letters with an S.
Hmm.
And the fourth pair, you see the one on the left, name is Stitch, and on the right one, you see a letter N,
Hmm.
and you immediately recall that the gnome that you met at the feasting orchard said there was some sort of mystery here.
So we have. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so you have all. The first one was Fortune with the B name. The second one was PR with Fall.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Stone with the M blank blank S.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Stitch with the blank blank N blank.
Ditch. Stone. Are all these horses the same besides the name, or just like aesthetically they're all horse, maybe different colors or something?
Yeah, there's like different coloring to them. They have yeah, just a general, when you go look at a carousel, they all have
Yeah.
like different coloring patterns, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But the thing that sticks out to you the most is these nameplates.
Okay. Um. One sec.
I give you a puzzle.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't want to take forever to do this.
Do you want to take a minute to go over it and we can jump to Joey?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. The one hint I will give you, if you'd like a hint, I can give you one.
Sure. Go ahead.
Think of proverbs.
Okay.
All right. And while you're trying to suss that out, Catelyn, you head over to the Dragonfly rides.
Yay!
As you head over there, you realize Abigail's gone. But you're a mercurial being, it seems, so you probably don't care too much.
Nope.
But you see at the Dragonflies, there's a huge lily pad that rests on the surface of a pool, glistening with phosphorescent algae. You see giant dragonflies use the lily pads as landing platforms, buzzing loudly overhead with wings as brilliant as stained glass windows, and alighting briefly to drop off and pick up excited passengers. Near the entrance, a small smiling tree turns to you and beckons you over. You see a little red squirrel clinging to its leafy canopy, peering at you suspiciously.
I almost said Max. I'm like, no. Yeah, Kat sees a squirrel. She's like, "Hi." And then she runs over towards the tree as she sees it beckoning towards her. She's like, Madeline, did I see you at the front?
Oh, are you talking to the tree or the squirrel?
To the tree, yeah, to the tree.
Okay.
Sorry.
I have to ask.
No, yep. She will talk to the squirrel, but she's talking to the tree.
He looks to you and goes, "Yes, I was giving out prizes at the front."
Oh wow. Do you always come to this place? Have you seen me come here before?
He looks at you and begins to scratch his little chin. And the squirrel because you still have speak with animals on, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. That's why I went there first.
You hear the squirrel go, "Don't tell her nothing. She doesn't need to know anything.
What don't I need to know?
Oh God, she can understand me."
I can. Isn't it crazy?
Let's
What's your
see.
name, by the way?
My name's Red. And if
Red.
you mess
Oh,
with my buddy here, you'll be dead. You hear me?
Oh, Red. I would never mess with your buddy.
All right.
And your buddy. What's your buddy's? Sir, what is your name?
Oh, my name is Northwind. And don't worry about
Northwind.
Red. He's a bit combative ever since he woke up. He laughs.
I mean, is that from the first time you woke up? Like, is he always been like this? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, no. He used to be a little less intelligent, I guess is the word.
God,
What are you
I
talking
got.
about? I'm plenty smart and I've always been. Don't tell her.
How did he get smarter?
The druid
A
came
druid
by
here?
some time ago, yes.
Hmm. And how did they make him smarter?
I don't know. It was magic. I know, but there's a lot of magical things here.
Yeah, I've noticed. Like these giant dragonfly things here. Do you think I could fit on one of them? I'm not sure.
Mm,
I'm kind
He
of a big
looks
girl.
at you and looks to the dragonflies. The dragonflies are huge. They are monstrously large creatures. He goes, I think it could work. Yeah.
I feel like I couldn't see very well. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. Um, that looks a little scary. What do you think? Do you think I should go on one of these rides? Why did you call me over anyway?
Oh, I just saw you enjoying the. I hope this isn't rude. I thought you might be someone I know.
Oh, is there another centaur here?
She would say otherwise, but yes.
Oh, I have to meet her. Where's she at?
He runs the carousel.
Oh, she looks towards the carousel. She looks towards the dragonfly. She's like, oh,
Her
okay, I'll go to
name's
the carousel a
Deanna.
little bit.
Deanna
Tiana.
Cloppington.
Tiana. That's a terrible name.
Well, from what I understand, she didn't choose it herself.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. My family takes great pride in our names and handing down names. So,
We take a
yeah,
lot of pride here at the Witchlight, and I know, and there's nothing that Mr. Light likes more than to see a smiling faces. If the carnival's happy, he's happy. Are you happy?
I am always happy. I just had the best pie that I've had for so long. Like, I think I might have spilled some on my shirt, but it's okay. I can lick it off later. It'll be fine.
He laughs and he goes, I think I heard that some people met Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and one of them was a centaur. Was
Yeah,
that you?
yeah. At least that he was telling us that we were not being very happy, good people, and that we were kind of the reason why it was raining at night. And then we met with this other lady, and she told us that it was our job to find out secrets. Oh,
Oh, I
jeez.
know a secret. Yes.
Oh, please. She told me I needed to find secrets, and I'm just really not good at finding secrets. So please tell me all of them.
You hear the little squirrel go, Don't tell him nothing. What are you doing? Oh, it's fine. He
Come
kind of
on,
moves a
Red.
branch, and the little squirrel gets knocked on the ground for a second and then scrambles back up. And you see Northwind leans into you and attempts to whisper but can't, so just speaks at his normal voice level and goes, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light aren't even the carnival's original owners, you know. They're not even from the Feywild. But it doesn't matter an inch. We're all big one happy family here.
Wait, so they're not even the original owners. So when did they take over ownership? How long has this been going on for?
He kind of strokes his wooden chin and goes, Remember.
Did they always do this weather thing that Mr. Light had? That spinny thing that he had on his head? Has that always been
The,
part of the carnival?
well, the weather vane helps Mr. Light find people having fun.
Hmm.
And I think
So was
Mr.
that something that was
Witch,
here before?
well, since they've been here, yes. Well, I haven't
Hmm.
been here as long as they have. I just heard that they're not originally from the Fae or the original owners.
Do you know who the original owners were?
No.
No. Hmm.
Did you want to get on a dragonfly and ride?
I do. I'm just wow. I can't believe that they're not the original owners. I'm gonna have to ask around a little bit more of that. All right, Red, it was a pleasure meeting you.
I'm watching you,
And
lady.
I will always be watching you because my best friend in the whole wide world is a squirrel. His name is Sofar, and he's the most amazing being in the world. So I love squirrels.
Oh, well,
Northwind, it was a pleasure
he
meeting you
like
too.
he tidies up his little squirrel head a little bit. He goes, well, thanks. Squirrels are noble creatures. You treat them
They
right.
are. They are the most noble creatures in all of the realms.
You're damn right.
Yeah. She does like a little fist pump towards Red.
Yeah. I'll give you a very low DC persuasion check. Uh, he very curtly gives you a little bit of a fist bump. He's like, yeah. Anyway, you
Okay, guys,
enjoy
I'm
the
gonna go.
dragonfly ride.
I'm gonna try to not fall, okay? But if you see a centaur falling from the sky, that's me.
All
And
right. His
she clops over towards the dragonfly and she's just like, "Can I get a ride?"
You walk up to the dragonfly that there's someone there who's got like the large saddle that's on it, and it's like kind of like a little platform almost. He looks to you, and the dragonfly looks to you as well. The dragonfly says to you, "Of course, hop on, friend.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Flyby."
Flyby. Oh, we are gonna have the best ride. Okay. Are you This is gonna be so great, Flyby. Okay. You're like a flyboy. This is great. All right, so how do I get on? Do I
The
just jump?
attendant goes, "Ma'am, first you'll let me punch your ticket, and I'll help you get on."
Oh yeah. Here's my ticket. I'm so excited. She like like dogs do, they do little like trot and play type thing. That's what she's doing. She's so
Tippy
excited.
taps. You got the tippy
Tippy
taps.
tap. She's doing the tippy tap. She's doing the tippy tap. She's like, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Jeez.
I've never
And
been in the air before.
it's strange because like these things are actually like built to accommodate different types of creatures because it's a Feywild circus. So this is actually accommodated well enough for a centaur to get onto it.
Oh,
Where it could
sweet.
like normally sit like a couple people, you can sit you comfortably, and then the person who's going to be kind of watching you, like a rider, gets on with you to kind of monitor, but they let you kind of take the reins. And as
She
you're,
looks to the rider. She's like, we're gonna have the best time. What is your
I'm
name?
sure. My name's Bimley. A pleasure.
Finley. Okay. Finley, this is gonna be the best ride you guys have ever had. Right, Flyby?
You got it. And you guys go to take off. And as you're about to take off, you hear some shouts erupt from a nearby lily pad, and you watch when the giant dragonflies appears to have taken off prematurely. With a patron on its back, this middle-aged dwarf who's just like holding onto the reins as it's wildly flying off. He doesn't appear to be fastened into the harness that they had just put on you, as it's flying off, and you hear some of the carnival hands go, "Oh no!" And they're like trying to like corral, and there's like a little alarm that goes off. They're trying to get this dragonfly that is now wildly flying off in the air. Could you give me a perception check, please?
Yep.
All right, I have to make a roll here. Um, you see as you're looking around, the one who's going to take you off and goes, "Oh, that's a trouble. That's all right. We'll just take a different route." And he begins to your dragonfly begins to pull off, and as you're pulling away, you see kind of hidden in the shadows this strange little squat bird person who seems to have just
Mm,
finished weaving a spell of some sort and kind of cackles and begins to disappear around a tent.
okay.
And you'll fly off on the dragon fly as you spot
Okay.
that.
And she definitely tightens her harness when she sees
Oh,
that, and it's like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna be good. This is gonna be so much fun. Let's
you'll
go,
be
let's go.
fine.
Yes, we're
And
gonna be fine."
do you let the handler aid you in flying it, or do you
Yeah,
try and?
yeah. She has
Okay,
no fucking clue what she's doing.
all right. So you have a very safe trip because you kind of let him do his job and you don't get in the way. um, but yeah, they fly. He starts to fly you, kind of like you saw, like the pattern of flight that goes over the carnival grounds.
She
And
just is like excited the whole time, and she's not screaming, but she's like, "Whoop," hands up in the air every now and then, and she puts it back down because she's never done this before. She's a little scared.
yeah, and as you are watching this, you do see it looks like some of the attendants have managed to corral that dragonfly, and the person on it is safe. And
Oh,
they get
that's
it.
good.
They get it calm and settled. And the dwarf is raising a stink about it, complaining that he was almost killed on this thing. As you finally come back in for a landing.
Well,
But yeah,
Cat hops off, and she thanks both Ryder and um, Dragonfly. She's like, "Thank you. I've never flown before. That was the best experience ever, 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 ever. I'm going to tell
he's
everybody in this carnival that they have to go and see you specifically fly by because you are the best dragonfly around."
ah shucks, and you see the rider looks to you and goes, "Well, thank you kindly. Enjoy the rest of the carnival, ma'am."
Thanks. Bye. She just
And he
gallops off.
gives you a genuine smile as you go up.
She genuinely smiles back.
All right. Meanwhile, we'll jump real quickly back to the carousel to see if you divined anything.
Yeah. I think I know where the proverbs come from. Um, he's gonna go on to the horse that has this as the nameplate.
Mm-hmm. All right. The carousel begins to start as you are on top of that one, and it's starting to move.
All right. Is there a Stitch in Time type of thing, that one? What what can I divine from knowing that?
So you get on it, and you say a stitch in time saves 9.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second, please.
Yeah. 9.
9. Um, do you know what the other proverbs are?
Well, I think fortune favors the bold. So fortune
Mhm.
and bold. Um, I don't know the PR in the fall. Um, and then Rolling Stone doesn't gather moss.
Mhm.
Am I able to help?
Can we
Like
help from
tabletop wise?
over
Yeah,
here?
you guys can.
It's prize.
Pride comes before a fall.
Oh, pride. I thought
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so you kind of um, mutter these various words,
I definitely thought it was
and
price.
I knew it was pride. I just didn't have the
Yeah, they're all
the rest of it.
cool idioms. I always look them up because, like, when I'm writing my fan fiction,
Yeah, but
idioms are great.
price of everything rises and falls. I thought so. It's
That's not
interesting.
a prop, though.
Yeah.
No.
No,
It's fall, not falls.
Oh, I guess yeah.
it's just like a fact.
Yeah, the truth is the truth.
Proverbs kind of are like that, but they're more rhymey and story told, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
like
very-
moral of the story type thing.
Yeah. But Oz, as you say these words, how appropriate for you to solve this little mystery?
Hmm.
You, on these unicorns, you feel them slowing, and all around you again, things become muted, monochrome,
No.
and it comes to a halt,
No.
like grinds, but it's a grind that is silent, but you can feel it. And you see sitting on the unicorn to your side a papery like shadow. It's sitting on it somehow. It's hard to perceive. And it speaks to you. I remember it well, Oz. This place. These wicked witches. They took something from me. You're going to take everything from them.
Delicious.
And you look to that white grin on the shadow. And then you hear it speak a name. Scabatha Nightshade.
Gabitha, that's a name.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it in here. She
Oh.
took it from you, Oz.
Then we shall take it back.
And then the shadow looks to the rest. So many things taken here. And then... Not that one. Go back. The carousel picks back up. It's like nothing stopped at all. You're just going around on it.
He has a very bewildered look on his face. He's like, he's thinking to himself, he's like, wow, twice in one day. Doesn't always happen.
All right. The ride ends and you jump off. Did you say that kind of like puts him off or rattles him in any way?
Just more like he's becoming, if anything, more annoyed that he keeps not bothering him, but coming back and like just like kind of like stopping time, and like he just finds it kind of uncomfortable, I guess, more than anything at this
Understood.
point.
All right. You go to you come off the carousel. Catelyn, were you going to be heading towards the carousels after the dragonfly ride?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right. We'll get to that in a second. As you guys, we'll jump back to Kieran and Abigail. You guys begin to, I assume, follow Candlefoot and these tracks you found.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kieran gets a weird sense of satisfaction out of like investigating shit. He doesn't know why, he just does.
And
You
Abigail
guys-
gets the satisfaction to follow Kieran and that she's wanted and that she has a nickname.
You guys
She's
begin to
told us to the depths of her soul.
as you guys follow these little Kenku footprints, you see that they stop in like various places. like near the big top. They kind of skirt around the staff area, and eventually you find yourselves all wandering and meeting up at the carousel. As you all are kind of following your various leads, you come to this carousel where you see Oz and Lydia. Catelyn joins up, and you all arrive there with Candlefoot. And everyone, give me a perception check. Yeah, Catelyn and Abigail, you guys see a squat-looking bird person on the other side of the river looking at the carousel who has clocked you. Candlefoot starts tapping on your shoulder, Abigail, and starts pointing at him. Like, that's the guy. And
Hey!
he sees that he's been made, and the Kenku starts to fucking bolt down away from you guys.
Abigail knows because she's talked to Cat enough that she can ride Cat. So I jump on her and say, and seeing her, she's clocked him too, and says, "Go!"
Yeah.
Consent.
you
What'd you say?
Consent.
Oh, oh my God! I am so sorry. I get off the horse. I go, "May I please ride you so we can go catch this bird?"
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
I hop back on.
I saw one of those over by the fly thing.
I hop back on.
Cat.
All right, so do you guys start to pursue this individual?
Oh, for sure.
Cat chases after her with Abigail on board.
And I yell back to Key because Key knows we're looking for a bird. And I say, "Key, the bird's this way to its butthole."
Well, what?
The bird.
So you all begin to pursue the Kenku. And as you guys are all chasing after him, Oz, I assume you followed suit for whatever is going on here.
Yeah, like a dog. Like someone's running, he's running after it.
You guys all chase the Kenku, who runs into the flap of the big top, and you all find yourself running to the front of the big top. And inside, you see the Kenkus running towards the center ring as it begins to get quite dark inside the tent.
Time for the main event.
And that's where we'll pick up next time. I'm going to go ahead and pause the music for the moment.
I said that music is a bop.
It really is.
It really is. You know what? We'll keep it going. It's fine.
You're right.
Let's keep it rolling.
Hey, Oz isn't that dubious. I mean, you know.
That in and of
He was
itself
an
is
appropriate
dubious.
amount of dubious.
Just talks to a shadow that nobody else can see or perceive.
This guy!
Boy.